As y'all know, we recognized the Garden Club a couple of meetings back, and Miss Sassy Malden was not here. Sassy, are you here tonight? You're here? Okay. I just wanted to read a little something, and we don't have an official certificate for you tonight, but we're going to get you one. But I did want to make note, the item says to recognize Sassy Malden for being chosen as the president of the Garden Clubs of Mississippi, which is a pretty big honor. Sassy is a member of the Hernando Civic Garden Club and Charleston Magnolia Garden Club. Her mother and grandmother were members of the Garden Gate Garden Club of Forest City, Arkansas. Her father was a cotton farmer and gardener, and at the age of 8 taught her how to raise vegetables in her own garden. So she was destined to be involved in the garden club. She served on the committee to create and manage the community garden for Charleston in 2010. And beginning in 2015, Sassy worked for the James C. Kennedy Wellness Center in Charleston as the garden manager, and in 2019 to 2021 served as the director of the food prescription program for the Wellness Center. This project won an overall top award from the National Garden Club. Sassy's daughter, Mary Ashley McNeely, currently serves as the president of the Hernando Civic Garden Club, and her son-in-law, Mitch McNeely, owns and operates Camp Creek Landscape Company. And Sassy currently serves now as the president of the Garden Clubs of Mississippi. So thank you for your service, and we are happy that you're in that position and representing Hernando. So would you come up and have a picture with us? We like to get our pictures taken with famous people during these meetings.
It's good to see you.
What an honor. Thank you so much.
Ready?
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do. We have another recognition tonight. We're going to recognize the Hernando High School Lady Tigers softball team for being the 2025 7A state runner-up and the North Half state champions. So we are very proud of y'all. I'm going to read off the stats. Went 9-1 in the district, 32-4 overall, and became the 7A state runner-up and the North Half state champions. And in the middle of all that, Kate pitched a no-hitter. Is Kate here? So if y'all would come up and receive your community service award and let us take a picture of you.
We're going to win it all next year, right?
Yep.
Got a new field.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Are y'all gonna do as well on that turf field next year?
Y'all might have to come in like
Get on your knees.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to get rows, probably.
Make some rows.
All right.
Oh, y'all fine.
This isn't about us anyway.
It's all over here.
This is serious.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Congratulations.
No, you can tell them they can leave it.
Yeah, y'all don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting if you don't want to. It's not going to be very exciting, most likely, but you're welcome to stay. Item 12 is the approval. Get back on the mic. Item 12 is the approval to extend the emergency declaration of May 19th, 2025 for 30 days. The reason for that, we have stopped using, for now, the subcontractor that we were having to pay to help us pick up, but the county, in accordance with this emergency declaration, has stepped in to help us as well. So we're going to continue this for another 30 days if y'all will vote yes, and we appreciate the county stepping in and giving us all the help that they're doing.
So move.
Oh, sorry. Do we have a running tab or total of what the subcontractor's been billed to us so far?
You know
We
that
don't
number off the
have
top of your
I
head?
have the load count, I don't have the.
Okay.
We'll get those to y'all. And we have a motion.
Second.
Is there a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. That motion passes. I will say that I talked to Mr. Jarman this morning, and FEMA had thought that there were 50,000 cubic yards of trees when they estimated. We've already hauled 50,000 cubic yards, and y'all know it's still out there, so it's a lot. Item 13 is the approval of purchasing surety bonds for each elected official for the term of office upcoming per Mississippi State Statute 25-1-19.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes. Item 14 is the approval of the fiscal year 25 budget amendments.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. That motion passes. Item 15 is the approval to enter into a general services contract with Civil Link. I know at the last meeting, y'all had said y'all wanted to see a contract in front of you, and it was sent out to you in an email. And Nick is here if y'all wanted to ask some questions about it. And Lee is here as well. Lee, you want to start?
General services contract, I'll let Nick explain a little better than I can, but it blankets the city for any help that we need as far as engineering, substitutions, any help that Joe Frank needs, any help that any of us need. Primary goal right now is to help us file a paving list in accordance with the road survey. I can answer any questions. I hope everybody got the login information. Should have gotten it the next morning.
Y'all have any questions after reading the contract?
Nick, can you explain kind of what y'all be doing with this service?
Yep. So we structured this contract so it could be used for anything. If Austin has a question and Joe Frank's busy and wants us to help, we could. If Lee needs help with GIS, checking a pump station, inspecting something, anything that could fall anywhere in the engineering realm, we could help with it. The immediate need that Lee asked us about was helping with the road list. But I told him, I said, let's just go ahead and get a general services contract put in place. And if something comes up, then we can help with anything. It's just hourly. So it's set up, there's a 2.7 multiplier. It's set up to basically any of whatever we pay an employee at Civil Link, it's a 2.7 multiplier of what we pay them. So that way the hourly rates don't change as people get raises and that kind of things.
What do you charge an hour for engineer consult?
Like an EI would roughly be $85 to $95 an hour.
That times 2.7 is what you could bill us?
No. It'd be like $30 an hour
Okay.
times 2.7 and get you to $95 an hour.
And Nick and I had a talk this afternoon, and they are ready to proceed on helping us work through the recommended list of streets as quickly as possible, even as early as later this week.
We can start on it tomorrow.
This is, we know on that approved list of streets to be done, Fletcher Street is one of those streets, but I want to, we also approved some rezoning there at West Oak Grove and Fletcher. So, I want to make sure that this construction is out of the way, that it won't damage what we prepared to do to fix Fletcher. We have to push Fletcher back, to the end of the list. That makes sense?
That makes sense.
We know it's approved to be done, but I want to kind of push it back to make sure the construction in Austin, you can work with Austin, kind of get a timeline on when they're looking at construction and stuff, because I think it was just, the women do due diligence to overpay that, and then they be coming in with them trucks, because they're going to be coming in off of Fletcher, getting to that backside there.
Great,
So,
great catch.
so make sure, y'all kind of keep a plus on that for us.
Has the attorney had time to look at the contract? Are they good with the contract?
He did, and he actually had some changes to it. Oh, I didn't notice you there. Yes, thank
She's
you.
right there.
I'll let you speak for yourself since you're here. Any other questions? If not, is there a motion?
This is not necessarily a civil link question. Can we, at this point in everyone's term, can we enter into a contract for the next year with it not being any kind of issue?
We can, and then we can just reconfirm all the contracts with the new board.
Okay, all right.
Motion to approve.
Second?
There's a motion, and a second, roll call vote.
Alderman Harris.
Aye.
Alderwoman Lynch.
Aye.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
Alderman Wicker.
Aye.
Alderwoman Ross.
Aye.
Alderman Piper.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Item 16 is the request to vacate the right-of-way on the parcel number listed, and Sam Lauderdale is here to speak to that if needed. And Austin, would you speak?
Yes, sir. Briefly, the request in your staff report is to abandon the right-of-way of the undeveloped street from the old town map. And I noticed that the color copy, I left an additional copy so you could see exactly where that was. I've highlighted on the old town map where this right-of-way is located. But it's on the parcel number in your staff report on Lauderdale Properties LLC. The street has never been constructed, and so just both pieces of property together under common ownership on either side. He's asked for a vacation from the board, which would vacate our rights to construct a road there. Mr. Lauderdale's here, and I'm available if you've got any questions.
Y'all have any questions for Austin? Mr. Lauderdale, did you want to speak?
I have a question. Why now? I mean, that's been there for so many years.
Why now?
Yeah, are you wanting to develop something on it?
No, I don't, but I just want to tell you, when you get to a certain age in life, that's a cloud right now on the title. Because that's the old town that started, it was platted in probably 1830, before the railroad. And so it was a street that would go, extend Northview, unless you want to cross the railroad. It's going to be quite expensive.
I just wondered.
Any other questions? Is there a motion?
Mayor, I motion to approve the abandonment of the right-of-way of an undeveloped street at 307-418 at 002-0002-300 in Section 18, Township 3 South, Range 7 West, and to dedicate the portion of the owner of said property being abandoned.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Piper.
Aye.
Alderman Harris.
Aye.
Alderwoman Lynch. Aye. Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
Alderman Wicker.
Aye.
Alderwoman Ross.
Nay.
And the motion passes. Item 17 is a Scrivener's error on Winningham Section G for a road name change.
Yes, sir. This is a previously approved plat for that cove in Winningham. It's 2 or 3 lots at the end of currently named Winningham Cove. E911 has requested that we rename that to Winningham Drive so the address sequences will be in line to not confuse dispatchers. And so the request is to change that section of Winningham Cove to Winningham Drive from Winningham Section A.
Is that going to affect any homeowners' mail?
The homes are not constructed, so the 2 empty lots would be changed. The current homeowner address is Winningham Drive already, so that was kind of part of the confusion.
Any questions on that? If not, is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Roll call vote.
Alderman Ross.
Aye.
Alderman Piper.
Aye.
Alderman Harris.
Aye.
Alderwoman Lynch.
Aye.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
Alderman Wicker.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 18 is PL 1900, but before Austin does that, I did just want to point out that today we made a trip down to the Mississippi Main Street Awards Luncheon, and Austin was awarded a Hero of Main Street Award for his planning work in Hernando. So good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank y'all. PL 1900, the Lauderdale Mount Pleasant 1-lot subdivision. This is the same parcel that was previously approved for vacation right of way. Lauderdale Properties is the owner. The lot is currently zoned R12, single-family residential, and the home is already constructed on the lot. Currently, this home is associated with a larger parcel around it. and the request tonight is to delineate a 12,000 square feet lot around the constructed home. The plat in your staff report shows that the house does meet all setbacks from the R12 district, and water and sewer and public roads are already constructed, as is the home, and so there's no public improvements associated with this plat. According to the applicant, he just wants to divide it off from the larger piece, but I'm available if you got any questions.
Any questions for Austin? Is there anyone here to speak on the topic? If not, is there a motion?
Mayor, I motion to grant final plat approval from Lauderdale Mount Pleasant Road, one lot subdivision, one lot, .27 total acres, located on the north side of Valley Street, west of Mount Pleasant, section 16, township 3, range 7, based upon a finding that the submitted plat generally conforms to the requirements of the city's code and ordinances, subject to the following conditions listed.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Alderman Wicker.
Aye.
Alderwoman Ross.
Aye.
Alderman Piper.
Aye.
Alderman Harris. Alderwoman Lynch.
Aye.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
The motion passes. Item 19.
PL 1904 is the first of a two-part application. The first application is a preliminary plat request for 5 lots on the southeast corner of McInville and I-269. The property is currently zoned C2 commercial, and so the zoning is not requested to change. They're just asking to split the property up into 5 lots, as shown on your staff report. The total acreage is 21.34 acres. A little bit about the site. MDOT controls a lot of the right-of-way in and around this site, so all the lots will have to be accessed via the new constructed city street that'll be constructed by the applicant as it comes in. There's a large national retailer perspective to go on Lot 1. Lots 2 through 5 are not currently under consideration for development. Lots 2 through 5 will only be accessed off of Harvest Ridge is the proposed name road. We did request the applicant make the right-of-way a bit wider than it's typically associated with a local street, because we do expect a 3-lane cross-section for turning left or right onto Green Tea Road. And then the circulation pattern at the end will be sequenced through their site. So the building on Lot 1, their parking lot will be at the end of that street. And it actually, the Lot 1 actually does come all the way back to Green Tea Road. So if you see that little parcel that's next to Harvest Ridge Road, back to Green Tea Road, that is actually a piece of Lot 1, which has got it to 12.68 acres. Like I said, this is the preliminary plat, and so the next application in your staff report is for Lot 1's final plat, but in order to divide the property up all at once for preliminary, that's what the first request of 1904 is. Nick Carino with Civil Links here tonight representing the owner, and I'm available if you've got any questions.
Any questions for Austin?
Austin, do you know when this was rezoned? Was it prior to our?
I don't think this was associated with that Tillman rezoning that we did when I was here. I think this came before.
Okay.
Any questions for Nick? If not, is there a motion?
Mayor, I motion to grant preliminary plat approval for the southeast corner of McInville and 269, consisting of 5 lots on 21.34 acres, as described on the attached exhibits, and the proposed subdivision is keeping with the general character of the development in the area, and that is in the best interest of the public. The site is suitable for the proposed development purposes.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
Alderman Wicker.
Aye.
Alderwoman Ross.
Aye.
Alderman Piper.
Aye.
Alderman Harris.
Aye.
Alderwoman Lynch.
Aye.
Alderman Miller.
Motion passes. Item 20, PL 1905.
1905 is the second half of that application we just went through, but the request is for the final plat approval of that 1 12-acre lot in the back of the property. With this, we did ask for the condition that all road improvements on Green Tea Road be made as a part of this first phase, because it does include all of the frontage. So what this will include is the widening of Green Tea Road along the frontage of this property, the construction of Harvest Ridge Road, and any necessary bonding. That will include some striping. We've talked with Nick. Right now, the turn lane on Green Tea Road back to Mackinville is striped as not being an improved turn lane. Our request would that be fixed. It all flows into the new roundabout back at the intersection. But that's included as a condition. And this is a request for one lot on 12.68 acres.
Nick, I've got a quick question. Are you working with Joe Frank, since he's in the middle of doing that roundabout right there, to make sure that your lane improvements and all that flow together properly?
We're just now working on design, so I need to go over that with him
Okay.
to make sure it all coordinates.
Good deal. They're on the site getting ready to start construction now, so this one's kind of time is of the essence.
Sidewalks.
Yeah,
I sure will. I'll get with him.
okay. I think it's a good time to do both at once. So,
I agree.
any questions while Nick and Austin are both available?
You know when the owner's gonna announce what's going there publicly?
They told me I could announce it's Tractor Supply.
Okay. Very good. Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Roll call. There's a motion and a second.
No, he's gonna read it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got to read your motion.
Yeah, that's that, but
He's hungry, he's ready to go.
that's what, he already told you what to do. A motion to approve a final plat application for the southeast corner of McInville and 69, consisting of one lot on 12.41 acre. In question now, we just said this was 4.68. And that's what we said,
No, it's 12.
12 point what?
It says 12.69.
12.69.
And then it says
this man said
12.41.
12.41. Now, which one is correct? Well, I'm gonna go forward with my motion. I know I ain't blind.
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm reading the numbers.
12.68 is the correct acreage.
Okay, then, let me start all over again then. I make a motion to approve a final lot application
6.8.
for the southeast corner of McInville and 69, consisting of one lot on 12.68.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bruce, it'll describe on the attached exhibit based on the staff condition listed in the staff report 1 through 13.
Second.
See, we've been another Scribner area, see?
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
Alderman Wicker.
Aye.
Alderwoman Ross.
Aye.
Alderman Piper.
Aye.
Alderman Harris.
Aye.
Alderwoman Lynch.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 21 is PL 1908, Scott Meadows Phase 2, request for final plat approval of 11 lots on 4.61 acres. You want to take over that one?
Yes, sir. The request is for Scott Meadows Phase 2, the final plat. Nick Croon's here tonight representing this application as well. As you mentioned, it's 11 lots and 4.61 acres. This was a PUD when originally approved, so that PUD zoning covered the preliminary plat. As you can see on the attached staff report, that does substantially conform to that preliminary approval. Interestingly to note on this plat, the 58 through 62 lots have been split to 58A and 58. The reason for that is the developer's trying to alleviate the requirement for flood insurance on these lots. A lot of times if you have a mortgage on a lot and it touches it at all, flood insurance is required. And so 58 and 58A will be deed restricted to be owned by the same property owner. The home will be elevated outside the flood zone so that the folks can choose that flood insurance if they want, but they won't be required to by their mortgage company. Lot 63 will be required to have an elevation certificate and flood insurance just because it is inside the flood hazard area. These lots do substantially conform to the preliminary approval with the PUD, but that's the reason for the split. This was heard by the Planning Commission, recommended for approval. I'm available if you've got any questions.
Any questions? Is there anyone here to speak on this? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve final plat approval for the Scott Meadows Phase 2, final plat by Nick Croonan representing the owner. The subject property, a portion of parcel 308-515-000-0000502, parcel number 308-614-000-0000700, and parcel number 308-614-000-0000713, located on the north side of West Oak Grove Road, east of Oak Crossing Drive, and south of West Commerce Street, based on the staff conditions listed in the staff report 1 through 18.
Second.
The motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Alderwoman Lynch.
Aye.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson. Alderman Wicker. Alderwoman Ross. Alderman Piper. Alderman Harris.
And that motion passes. Item 22 is the utility adjustments. Can I have a motion on that?
Motion.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes. Before we adjourn, I just want to take a moment of personal privilege and say how much we've enjoyed working with this board. It's been a very, very successful 4 years, I believe. And we are going to miss Doc and Beth. So we're proud of what we accomplished, and we're proud of y'all's part in that. Doc, did you want to say something?
I do, Mayor. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all the people of Hernando that have supported me and given me the opportunity to serve on this board the last 8 years. It's been my honor to do it, and I've enjoyed doing it, so I appreciate that. I also want to thank our department heads and all the people that work for you guys. Y'all have a huge responsibility. I don't need to tell you that, but you demonstrate every day your commitment and your dedication to this city, and I've enjoyed working with you, and I appreciate all that you've done. And then finally, Mayor, I just want to thank you for your leadership the last 4 years. You do a great job for our city, and I want to thank each board member for the opportunity to serve with you guys and gals, too. I've enjoyed it, so good luck to everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Anybody else want to say anything before we adjourn?
Y'all putting the pressure on me? No, I appreciate everybody. I've met a lot of wonderful people. We had a very busy 4 years. We hired some excellent people that are going to carry the city forward in a positive direction. The board members that are left here, I have full faith that y'all are going to do all the right things that you've always done. And I appreciate everybody in the city, every department. Thank you.
All right. So as soon as we adjourn, if y'all don't mind, I'd like for us to get up and we will present y'all with a plaque and get a picture in front of the desk. So y'all want to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. We are now adjourned.